Let's play Brent's intro. This is the new one. It's called Got Him.
Okay, I guess you got me there in terms of.
This might be my favorite. Brent admitting defeat. Like, you got me gotten there.
Okay, I guess you got me there in terms of.
Anywho, without further ado, give it up for the original content cow, the low cow of the channel, the Brent fam of it all. Give it up, guys. Brent. All right, Brent, how are you, man? What's going on, man?
Good. How are you?
I am well. You are loud as shit. I gotta turn you down, or you can turn yourself down.
I'll turn the volume down on my end. I mean, let me see here. Let me lower the volume.
Oh shit. You know what it is? A lot of like Daniel coming up here made people appreciate you more. How about that?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, he was more forthcoming with answering questions per se. But I think his arguments started falling apart because he couldn't stay focused. Stay focused.
Because I saw one comment in chat. They said that they like him better, but maybe that's because Daniel doesn't make good arguments, so it doesn't change the narrative of a certain commenter in your chat. I saw they know who they are.
Let him cook.
But they don't want to dispute my argument, but they could easily dispute Daniel, so that makes them feel better.
Oh,
so that's why they like Daniel more.
Well, who is this?
I know how social media. That's how social media is. So
who is this? Who is this that disputes his but not yours? What's this person's name?
Well, he said he liked him and Daniel more. I think I forgot. It starts with a Yakbak. Don't know who he or she is, but they're a hater of mine, which is okay. But
Yakbat. Okay,
Yakbak or whatever. Another keyboard warrior, which is fine.
He said he's more entertaining.
Simply Melissa.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, that's what I noticed. But yeah, I didn't take a phone call, so that's why I was in briefly and then I left because that's more important.
All right. Oh, phone calls are more important. So, what would you like to contribute tonight? What do you think of Daniel Romano's conspiracy theory where he put your boy ASJ in the mix, saying he may have something to do with the passing of Jason David Frank?
I've heard this before from him, and it's kind of like if Tammy or someone else did it, they would have been caught by now because the justice system is not going to put up with murder if that's what happened. But obviously, that's not what happened. Yeah. We went over to toxicology report. Facts over feelings. JDF took multiple medications, including what you call nose candy, an illegal drug. So facts over feelings to Daniel.
And Daniel, you see, the thing with Daniel is he doesn't argue with facts. He just keeps throwing out like what if. He's like a what if machine. What if Austin St. John did it? What if Tammy said something? What if Haim Saban wanted to kill off the competition? Which I don't think Legend of the White Dragon is anywhere close to being competition per se. And I don't even think that movie is, I don't know what stage is it in and potentially even coming out per se. So it's a lot of different factors. But what did you think of his goonin list? Did you listen to Daniel Romano's goon list? You know what goonin is, right?
I was off stream when I left the stream when he came up, so I didn't hear a lot of what he had to say. But I was on stream with him previously, so I know a lot of the quote unquote conspiracies that he spreads.
Well, he said he likes the goon to Anna Hutchinson, Sierra Vincent, and Monica May, and he even admitted to gooning to Sky Frank. Which was I guess a bold choice per se. How would you rank his goon list from 1 to 4?
Jeez, I mean, but again, this is part of social media. I don't really have a comment on this, so
No comment on the goon.
no comment.
No comment on the goon list. Okay.
No.
Have you ever gooned before?
Oh my god. No comment.
No comment on if you gooned
No
before.
comment. No comment on this. No.
Sometimes not answering the question is a way of answering the question, right? You know how that works.
If people want to make assumptions, then that's their prerogative. But I'm not gonna act all outraged over this because
Okay.
this is an expectation when you come on Henry Resilient. This type of discussion is part of the discourse.
Well, people want to get to know who comes up, man. So sometimes they may ask questions that you believe is more personal or maybe something you're not willing to answer per se. But that is just how the audience. I just kind of did you like Karen Ashley before she threw you out of Ranger Stop?
She never threw me out of Ranger Stop.
Okay. Before the Ranger Stop incident, did you like her before the Ranger Stop incident?
I mean, her character in the movie was good. That's why I supported her. I mean, it's not like she was my favorite by any means, but if I see her at a con, I might get something or not. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, I guess she was okay. I mean, just another good character in a movie. But other than that, I would support her maybe occasionally. But obviously now that's not something I'm interested in doing. So.
Okay. All right. Any big plans for 2025, man? This is the first stream of 2025. How was your New Year's?
Oh, it was good. And then I woke up to the devastating the news from New Orleans. And that really put a damper in things.
We touched on that today per se. What are your
did you?
Yeah, what are your thoughts on everything that happened in New Orleans? Because you've been to New Orleans before, I imagine.
Yes, I have. I was there for a convention. Okay. There's a convention in New Orleans around this month actually, and I've been on that I've been on that street before.
I have too. I stayed at like the Victorian, which is like it's like in the middle of the strip. Oh, whatever.
Right.
So, man, it's unfortunate, but goddamn.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add, Brent? Because you came in pretty last minute per se. I don't think, and you don't answer questions, so the audience, I don't think they got anything you want to discuss per se.
I mean, you touched on this, and obviously, I think I saw briefly the Las Vegas thing, and these people both are involved in the military, and this is kind of mirroring the the streaming series The Punisher. I'm sure. I don't know if have you watched that show?
Oh hell yeah, I watched it. It's really good.
You watched The Punisher. Okay, so you I don't want to spoil it for people who might want to watch in the future. A lot of what's happening.
Spoil it. Go ahead.
So there's an episode in the first season of The Punisher. There's a guy who was in the military who's struggling to cope with coming from Afghanistan, and it's in this case it's a lot of life imitating art, and it's kind of like, oh wow, it's real life. It's kind of like people could snap, and they complain about the barriers not being there, but a terrorist will find a way. If the metal barriers were up, he probably would have went down Canal Street, and the devastation would have been even worse. Or what happens if he ran over the metal barricades and the car flips over, and more people get hurt? You know, it's just kind of like he would have chosen Canal Street. Canal Street is not. There's no metal barricades.
Yeah. And
he could have chosen to go there, and more devastation. So you can't really say the metal barricades were an issue. Now, I think there's some government incompetence, but that can't be the sole blame. I mean, mental health, all those things also have to play a factor as well.
So
our government,
Daniel Romano says, now you're getting into predictive programming. Sounds a bit like a conspiracy theorist to you, Brent.
Oh, he's calling me a conspiracy theorist? Yeah. Really? That's really rich of him to do that. So what I'm saying is that the police. I saw this on the news. The police said if we have the metal barricades, a terrorist will find a way to cause harm, to cause carnage. It's just the unfortunate realities and conspiracy theories. I base it based off of reliable sources. What Daniel is saying is stuff without proof, saying
Well,
that Tammy did it. There's a difference.
all right. Well,
I think he knows that.
answer 06 brings up a great point, which I was trying to highlight, but no one seems to care per se. Both of them had problems in their marriages, and when you have that divorce, you're 9 times more likely to want to take your life.
Right.
So as them more clearly wanted to take their lives. There's no way out for what they were going to do. There was never an escape plan per se. It was, I'm going to do this and I'm going to try to take as many people with me. So
it's unfortunate because that's mental health. That divorce affects your mental health. I didn't say that directly, but kind of like when you have to split 50%, if you're required to do that, then that's going to affect your mental well-being. And I don't know their situations, but I can imagine them feeling, oh, my partner is backstabbing me. I have no hope. If I trusted her, they're going to resort to these kind of things. And it's just terrible. And I did see that guy talk about the Filipino women, the Asian women. And it's kind of like there's some truth to that, unfortunately.
What do you mean, the Asian women?
But the Philippine, I mean, it's kind of like I from my personal experience, what this guy's saying makes a lot of sense. They pretend, and then once they're in, they feel like they're in. Then they take off the mask, and it's devastating that this guy couldn't catch it ahead of time. The blinders were on. But if you pay close attention, the signs are usually there. It's not obvious, but if you interact, like with Jeannie Mai, for example,
I knew you was gonna bring
she's
up
on
Jeannie Mai.
the reel, and she talks about the breadwinners. That's a huge red flag, but most people don't think of that as a red flag. They think of that as being someone being responsible. But when you talk about money in that way, that is a red flag. When that lady that did the advertising, the woman, the check marks, like the bullet points, that's also a red flag. Because to me, I see that as kind of like the way they talk about money is a red flag, not just the words that they say, but the way they talk about it and the situations that they talk about it are red flags that they don't pay attention to. And this guy was blinded, and it's kind of like now he sees it, but
yeah,
it's unfortunate.
Gotta watch out for that. But he said she wasn't materialistic like an American, more so just about the benefit hugely from the divorce of her American husband in America, and with hopes of taking the kids back to the Philippines. So I would say
she wanted the green card, the citizenship. That's what I suspect, because once you have that citizenship, I see this a lot where they marry for citizenship for a certain number of years, and then once they reach that threshold, they say goodbye, and then the divorce is just payment for their inconvenience, quote unquote inconvenience. I know that sounds very
it's
blunt.
True, it's true.
It's they're taking half for their inconvenience. They have to put up with someone to get citizenship. That's a very blunt, nasty way to put it, but that's just the way people see it. I get citizenship. I have to put up with this person to get it. I'm going to take half for my payment for the quote unquote unhappiness that I had to go through. That's how they see it.
Okay. Well, all right, Brent. Thank you for touching on all the topics. I appreciate you coming up. Maybe you and Daniel Romano can come up at some point. I'm not streaming again until Unless it's breaking news with ASJ, y'all won't see me until like Monday, Tuesday. All right.
Okay.
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Peace. All right, that was Brent, guys. Brent being Brent. But hey, man, today was a good stream. I think we had like almost 100 people. Well, we did have 100 people come the main channel at one point. But now it's time to call it an end. I'll be in Discord for probably 30 to 40 minutes trying to get a clip out for tomorrow. Oh man, I shouldn't have fell asleep and I shouldn't have went so long, man. 5-hour stream. Good job, people. No, man. That was some bullshit. Hey, yeah, come talk to me in Discord, everybody. We gotta talk about some shit that I can't say on stream. All right. Peace, love, happiness. I'll see you Monday unless I get some breaking news on Austin St. John regarding his plea deal or sentence. All right.